What's up? Drew's sick. Or sounds sick. I was sick.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah. And my live chat thing on YouTube isn't working, so I'm trying to reload that and stuff. And I can't tell if I sound like a smoker or I'm just like, horribly sick and ill.
Yeah.
But I've got
ill. Maybe you're a vapor.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I'm so sick. And that's ill, man. It's like totally ill. But man, I mean, I don't know. I've got like, I could maybe try to pass as like deep, sexy voice.
Yeah.
Like, I only use Marlboro. Marlboro, man. I don't know.
I'm so glad I don't smoke anymore.
Right? I know.
12 years for me since I've smoked. Well, I've had a tobacco pipe once in a while. Or a nice cigar.
I did the pipe thing for a little tiny bit, and it was like only ever like super social stuff. Like it was never like, oh, I'm just gonna have a smoke. And I tried a few cigarettes, and I'm like, no, I'm not into this. That seriously lasted like a month, and I'm like, nope. And I mean, it wasn't even like, I think a pack or a pack and a half. A buddy of mine, we shared like 2 packs over the course of an entire month.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing this. So, but my dad.
It's a good thing you got out of it. Now it's like $17 for 2 packs.
Oh my gosh, man. Yeah. And back then I remember because we bought like fancy imports. I think they're called 555s. They're like a London thing. But it was supposed to be like straight, just pure tobacco. And they were super spendy. They were like $5.50 per pack. And back then that was a crap load of money. Yeah. I mean, I'm not old, but dang, I mean, $5.50 for a pack. And if you were going through a pack a day, that's $5 a day. It's like an extra lunch a day. Yeah. I'm already sporting the
I see that
Christmas coffee mug.
Pretty legit
Christmas mug. Yeah. It is, my mom would be proud. Peppermint tea with some honey.
There you go.
And I've got some Hall's cough drops here.
Perfect. That'll get you through.
I'm even doing brand association so people can be like, wow, they spend the money on their podcast. they get Halls.
My live stream wasn't working. Oh, now it is.
Is it now? Oh, and you got the volume up.
Yep, let me turn it down.
I still can't get the chat. I think I have to kill my YouTube and get back into it. Let me try that. It's nice to have you back in here again, though.
Yeah, it's nice. It's been a while.
And I feel like with how I'm feeling and how things are going, I feel like seriously right now we could totally pull off like the SNL. Oh, there it is. Now it's up in there. We could pull off like the SNL, like the recipe one where they were doing like the cooking show where they did the radio cooking show. Do you remember that?
No.
Oh my gosh, it was so great.
My favorite, like, probably my favorite,
because Shweddy came in.
Oh.
And he had his Christmas like chocolate balls.
Nice.
Would you like to try my sweaty balls?
Nice.
I mean, they played it. They played it every angle, man. It was so great.
That's so bad.
We could totally pull that off tonight, though.
My favorite SNL skit of all time is the Samurai Delicatessen.
Yeah.
Belushi.
Yeah.
That's just, my gosh.
Mine is still Swayze and Farley. Trying out for Chippendale.
Yeah. That was so good.
That was so good.
I got my live chat up.
Oh, yeah, I did too.
Good.
I'm bringing some Kleenexes over here.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, people. You'd rather have that than the other stuff. I'm going to try not to cough the whole way through this, though.
Yeah.
And I feel bad because we skipped last week. And it was one of those, Josh got sick last week. Josh got sick on Wednesday. And then literally Friday, this hit me. And we're talking full body aches. I'm like, it's not just a cold. It feels like the flu. I'm hurting everywhere. Oh. And I'm congested everywhere. And I was coughing stuff up. And I'm hearing from everybody. And it's one of those, either you got the 24 to 48 hour version of this and it's gone in a day or two, or you got what basically everyone else in this area got. And you're going to have this for like 2 to 3 weeks.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, are you kidding me? And that part, the bad part, like the flu style, was there for a day. Literally the next day, I felt fine.
Yeah.
It's just had congestion and coughing stuff up. I'm like, I can live. Yeah, I am going to snort now. I was like, I can deal with that. So,
yeah.
Yeah, what have you been up to?
Oh, man. Well...
Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. So, since the last time I've been on...
Don't let me toot my own horn over
yeah.
It's like a trumpet.
It sounds like you're buzzing a little. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, do a little...
jazz.
Embouchure warm-up over here.
Yeah.
Nice.
Bugle time.
No, I mean, a lot of craziness in the last... How long has it been? Like 2 months since I've been on the podcast?
It's been a while, yeah.
Yeah, so...
You got busy.
Yeah, I got busy. So we did a big summer camp up in Chalice.
Yeah.
So I went to Chalice and did led worship, played a lot of music for, hours and hours and hours with a bunch of kids.
That's good.
And it was a really great time and it was amazing.
I like it.
God did crazy stuff there. And then came back, worked a bunch, and then went on vacation.
Yeah?
And my family went all over Washington and Oregon.
That looked nice, too.
It was really amazing.
Jerk.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, we stayed at, oh my gosh. So we did a VRBO on Lake Sutherland. VRBO. It's a vacation. VR. Yeah, it's like a
vacation retreat
rental thing.
I'm way off.
Yeah, I don't
I shouldn't even try this. What's this acronym mean? It means Drew is dumb.
Yeah. So the place we
I can work with that.
It's crazy. So it was technically off season because Washington has an off season because they don't really have skiing in that area and things like that. So that part of Washington doesn't stay expensive all the way through the year.
Nice.
So if you go past September, it's really cheap to vacation there because it's rainy and overcast and cold. But we didn't care. So we went and we paid like less than half of what you would normally pay to rent a house on a lake.
Yeah.
And we went to the Olympic National Park and Hurricane Ridge, which is also the Olympic National Park. And
nice.
We went to the Hoh Rainforest, which is also the Olympic National Park. And then we just stayed at this amazing house on the lake and fished and caught a bunch of fish, and I barbecued and surprise.
And you it's not like you can cook or anything.
No, so I barbecued like crazy.
Had delectable meats.
Yeah, delectable meats, yeah. Yeah, so that was
and
amazing.
you have the .com now too, don't you?
I own delectablemeats.com.
.com.
I haven't built a website or anything yet.
We need to do that.
That's something I'm going to announce. I haven't decided what exactly I'm going to do with that yet. I'm so busy with a lot of stuff. It's kind of just like a side project.
We should do a Delectable Meats podcast.
Yeah, we could. We could do a Delectable Meats podcast. Taste some meat and enjoy it.
Hi, random person. Would you like to taste my delectable meat? It's delectable. Every person who's tried it so far has said so.
Everyone tells me that it's the best meat.
Oh my God. Okay, that didn't go out my nose, but that still came out. Woo! All right.
So I've been doing that, and then I've been playing competitive Counter-Strike. Which is, I mean, on top of I have a job, so I do that all the time too. But constantly, and 3 kids. But after I'm working and
I'd say a life, but you have a job and 3 kids and a wife. You don't have a life.
It's true. Yeah. So I've been doing that. I've been playing a little bit of competitive. It's fun.
You were sending me videos of this, and it's like you were the guy that when I would play that stuff, I would hate those people. Like he's the guy who's just sitting there, he's running around with a knife, and then next thing you know, he pulls up a silenced 9mm, and it's headshot after headshot after headshot, and he just ducks and pops out and literally headshots. Like there's no aiming, and he's sending me the video from his screen, and I'm like, what the crap is this?
Yeah, I think I know.
I have never been able to do any of this crap. Like I'm the guy who I'm sitting there sniping and I'm hiding.
Yeah.
And the guy's running and I pull off this headshot and everyone's like, wow, it was the best headshot I've ever seen. And then I'm instantly dead because somebody found me right then. And yeah.
Didn't I think I sent you the 5K. I got like an ace. I killed the entire team, I think.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, that was crazy. Suck. That was on the new Dust 2 map that they just came out. I mean, I've been playing Dust 2. Okay, so Journey in Counter-Strike for me. I started playing Counter-Strike when 1.3 came out, which was...
I'm going to pretend this means something to me.
Yeah, well, someone who's listening may understand.
Hi.
Hi, random person. But, so 1.3, I think that's like maybe 2000 or maybe 19...
Oh, so it's old.
Yeah, so I started playing way back when. I mean, we're talking like 4x3, 4x3 resolution with a big monitor and a ball mounts. So that's how long I've been playing Counter-Strike. A really long time.
That's horrible.
I have 2,500 hours logged on Source in that time frame.
I don't even want to go over that math.
I could have worked somewhere full time for a year.
Yeah.
It's bad.
That is bad.
But that's over many years.
That's okay. I mean, I beat Diablo 3. I mean, in normal mode, but I went through with the expansion pack. I went through all 5 acts.
That's awesome.
In 3 days.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Let me just say, the Necromancer made it happen.
That's amazing. Yeah, I got to play that game again. But no, I don't know. There's something cool about the newest Counter-Strike that I just love the competitive, because it sets you up with you do like this matchmaking thing, and then it will basically figure out what your skill level is.
Okay.
And then it pairs you with people that are around your skill level. And if you start like dominating, it'll start putting you with higher groups, and then you rank up. And so I'm probably like slightly above average, but I've only been playing for a couple of months.
I would probably be in like the baby section. Like the grandpas and the babies are in this one. Like
that's called Silver 1, and everyone makes fun of those guys.
Yeah, I'm like the guy. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not bad at these games. Like I play solo and I rock it. I'm like fine.
Yeah.
You get other real people on there, and it's like they're all used to the game, and you find out they're like an 11-year-old punk kid, and you just want to backhand them.
Yeah.
And you know, as soon as they want to go on the live chat and start talking smack, and you're like, seriously?
Yeah. Well, you know, it's funny because
you're the kid who's gonna
Counter-Strike
kill
is actually
at your school because you get bullied. I mean, stop it.
Yeah. So Counter-Strike is kind of in like its own league, so to speak. It's on like another level, a cut above all the other like first-person games.
Okay.
So, you know, like games like COD and stuff like that.
Call of Duty, for those of you who don't know, we're not talking about a fish.
Yeah, and even
just throwing that out there.
The skill cap is, you know, you don't. It's not a game that's based. It's okay. It's not a game that's really based on your personal skill level, where Counter-Strike is actually based on your skill level, and you actually can get better at the game. Not like your character gets better at the game,
but you can.
Yeah, and you can. And
nice.
It's the only legitimate, I would say, besides like maybe Dota. I
don't know what that one is.
That's another online game that's pro. So you can like get into like $1 million prize pool matches if you go pro in this.
See, this is why when I'm like chatting up with other podcast people, and they're like, "Oh, we do video games and blah blah blah." I'm like, well, we play some games too.
Yeah.
And they start listing stuff. I'm like, yeah, we're not I'm not a gamer like that. I don't know any of that stuff.
I am. I mean, I love.
I'm like Anthony. Yeah, and that's the thing I'm telling him. Like, Anthony, you could get along with.
Yeah, we could do a little crossover. No, but it's just a crazy scene in general. Like, it's just getting. I don't know. It's just getting crazy. Like,
it's becoming a competitive. Like they're calling it a sport.
It's an esport now.
Yeah.
Well, and I don't know if you know this, but did you know Boise State has an esports team now? It's a legitimate thing. Like
they don't want to say
they're getting like.
They better have good health insurance.
No, but like BSU.
The biggest like risk factor on that is blood clots.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, they even had a commercial about that like a couple years ago. There's like this supermodel hanging out with this guy that, I mean, is worse than me. And she's like, my husband is a competitive gamer. I'm like, this is a real thing? Yeah, he's got like sponsors and everything.
Yeah.
They're like, and we couldn't afford health insurance. And I'm like, bull crap.
No, they make a lot of money.
You didn't buy health insurance.
Yep.
And it was all about the Affordable Care Act. But it doesn't matter what side of the fence you're on. That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But it was just one of those things. It was like, we couldn't afford health insurance, and he got a blood clot. And I'm like, no kidding.
Yeah.
The guy sits on his butt all day eating cheesy poofs.
Yeah.
Ma!
Yeah.
Bathroom! I'm just thinking like the World of Warcraft episode on South Park. Bathroom! And it's like, it's all so bad. It's like nothing but cheesy poofs and Dr. Pepper and Mountain Dew. And maybe now if the guy moved to Australia, he's drinking the no sugar added coffee Coca-Cola.
Oh, man.
I think we need to talk to some of our Aussie friends and see if they'll send us some to try on the show.
Ooh, yeah. So, Cody, if you're listening or if you listen to this,
hook a brother up.
Send it. I'll pay the shipping.
You know what we're talking about. People here in the States don't know what we're talking about. That's the thing is I don't necessarily know the video games. I know my beverages.
Yeah.
You don't get like this without knowing your food products, people. It's all right.
We probably should start the show.
We should. We've been here for 18 minutes now.
Already?
Yeah.
We talked about this.
Yeah, we don't shut up.
We knew this would happen.
All right. So let's go ahead. Let's do this. Why don't you you'll announce the first one because that one's yours. I'll announce the second one because that one's mine. We are changing the format slightly, people.
Yeah.
Because we're only doing 2 news stories now.
Yeah.
And we're doing that because neither Anthony nor myself can stop talking.
It's true.
It's almost like God intended us to be podcasters. Like, thou shalt not shut up.
Yeah.
Not even for the movie.
He doesn't have to command me. I just do it. I just don't stop.
You will be able to be silent during MCU movies. Like Thor Ragnarok.
I've not seen that yet. Is it good?
Yeah.
Yeah?
It's really good.
That's nice.
It's really good.
I like the first one.
I don't want to spoil it. Like, did you see my I don't want to spoil season 2 of Stranger Things post on Facebook today?
Yeah.
Or yesterday? What was it?
I think it was yesterday.
It was so great. The Demi Corgan.
I need to see it.
All right. So we won't we will not play the intro. We're going to switch up the beginning of this because I think we should just make the announcement before we really hit all the intros and stuff. But
okay.
Yeah, let's figure this puppy out. Let's just do it.
All right.
So, yeah, we'll just do it. 1, 2, 3. On this episode of Classless Chat.
A signed tweet beats Wells Fargo.
Of course it does. Things you've eaten that would normally make you vomit. And no intro music.
No intro music.
No intro music. You know why? This is episode 30. Yay!
Yeah.
That's actually a really big thing, but we got a big announcement. We should get it out of the way right up here on the front end of this show. I think. Well, do you want to do it or you want me to do it?
You can do it.
I'll do it. Okay.
Yeah.
So Patio Furniture has had some things happen in his life and is pursuing actually some ministerial roles right now. And so he is stepping away from the podcast. He's going to still help out with a lot of the multimedia stuff, some of the graphics and illustrations and things of that nature. So we're still going to have some Pat touches here in the show. But he is stepping away from the actual show, which means, drumroll, Ant-Hony is taking his place and is now the official full-on other host of the Classless Chat show. I can't speak. Andrew's sick.
You. Yeah, you're sick, but it's okay. I'm excited. I think it's going to be fun.
It was going to be fun.
Yeah.
Now, for those of you who are listening to the audio-only version of this, you might want to go over and check out the YouTube channel because we have changed a few things. Right now, we have nothing on the screen. It is just your camera and my camera and black bars on either side. But we have a new cover. Woo, look at that. Ant-Hony. And guess what? We still have intro. So here we go. Intro.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
Yeah.
what you are about to hear is the future of entertainment. May I present to you Classless Chat with your hosts, Drew and Anthony.
Doesn't roll off the tongue as well, but we'll make it work.
Yeah, it works.
And we also have a new screen for the show, which I think looks a whole lot better.
It's good.
I always hated that screen. It was one of those, like, I'm just going to throw something together so we have something. And I think Pat said, oh, I'll make something new. And I'm like, okay. And then I'd wait. And I'm like, I'm going to make something new. And he's like, okay. And then we'd wait. And he's like, I'm going to make something new. And it just never happened. And so finally, when this was like, hey, this is what's happening, I'm like, you know what? It is time to do some like full on rebranding for this. So we are going to just redo everything all at one time. So we got some of the same old promo files and bumpers for the sounds. We've got new imaging for the actual video stuff. We've got, new and old, all sorts of stuff. I'm going to drop some of this down because I can tell I am like, especially compared to you, I am like super, super hot, super high end here. Let me zoom in on that a little bit. Hey, that's like almost normal now. That's crazy. I don't know. People who are listening, let us know. Am I like a lot louder than Anthony? I don't think so in my ears.
No, I don't think so either.
All right. So, but yeah, on the wave files, you can actually see that's you.
Yeah.
That one's me.
Well, your voice really projects well.
Yeah.
Even when you're sick, you're louder.
I'm loud. We all know it.
Yeah.
We all know it.
It's okay. That's why we love you, Drew.
I know. Thanks. Thank you guys. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Amber and I were doing some stuff. And okay, so I know a lot of people don't know Amber. In fact, probably most of the people who are going to listen to this are going to be like, who's Amber? Well, she's the one that's mom said the gringo stole my baby. That's Amber. And that was Amber's mom. The gringo stole my baby. And that's like Big Trouble in Little China style right there, too. That's awesome. So Amber is a beautiful woman, and she is half Native American and half Hispanic. And she has a daughter that is half Laotian, quarter Native American, and quarter Hispanic. And her other daughter is half Caucasian, to be politically correct, and a quarter Hispanic, quarter Native American. And so I call Mila, who's the one that's got some Asian in her, some Laotian. The ocean? What ocean? That's my favorite line ever. We tease because like I'm not racist, but you know it's very obvious. It's like we tease each other, and so I started calling her the little native Asian.
Nice.
She's my little native Asian. And
oh man,
she almost likes it. Almost. And
oh boy,
we were talking about some of this stuff, and Gabby started pulling this. I want to be Asian. I don't want to be white. And I'm like, sorry, you didn't get to choose. Neither did I. It's not like God didn't come down and be like, so Drew, do you want your daughter to be Asian or white today? I don't know. Well, she's my daughter. I don't want the boys to like her, so white. You know, it's like, no, we didn't go there. But Gabby was like, I want to be, Asian now, and I'm like, it doesn't work like that. And Amber's like, I don't get it. And I'm like, well, the racism and stuff is going so hard and heavy towards whites that, anything she says is now going to be taken as racist. But anything that's said against her, she can't scream racism. Mm. And so it's like, and she goes, oh, that's a really good point. I hadn't thought of that. And Amber says, Mila's blushing. My little native Asian. And so, we're teasing about some of this stuff. And I was teasing her last night about, I was like, you know what? You guys are talking about all the stuff that you hate with racist heading your direction. We get it too. And the one I hate the most was when they're like, you know what? I bet you love cheese. You just love cheese. What do you want? You want some cheddar? Want some Parmesan? What do you want, fat boy? You want some? And Amber's sitting there like, what the crap is he thinking? And I'm like, yeah, because cheese just pairs real well with you, cracker. And she busts. I mean, just like, oh my God, I never thought about it. And so today, because, when you get a good one, you're like, I got to play it again. And Mila, okay, this kid is strong, like ridiculously strong. And she likes to do the grandma cheek pinch.
Oh, nice.
But like to 11.
Oh, no.
And she hit me this evening, like with a thumbnail even. And I'm like, oh my God, I feel like it's bruised. And Amber's like, yeah, I know it's going to feel like that tomorrow. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to look like I have moldy cheese. And she's, does the leg cross like, oh my God, I'm going to pee. And I'll be like, no, I wasn't ready for it. I'm like, I don't care. I wasn't either. That hurt. Got blue cheese on this cracker. Ow.
Your cheese story reminded me of one time I was at a county fair. And have you ever been to county fair when they have the cheese on a stick? Have you ever seen
Was
that?
it deep fried?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm walking through the county fair, and these two guys, no joke, Wranglers, belt buckles, collared, flannel shirts, cowboy hats, standing next to each other.
Hey, broke back.
One of them smoking a cigarette, and he goes, I'm walking past at the county fair, and the first guy goes, I wonder what cheese on a stick tastes like. And the guy next to him goes, cheese on a stick. And I just started laughing. I was oh my gosh. That was fantastic.
What does cheese on a stick taste like?
Yeah, and he goes, like cheese on a stick?
Cheese on a stick.
I was just like...
It depends on what kind of cheese they put on the stick.
Exactly. Oh, man. Yeah, that's funny. Your story was better. But
what kind of oil's in that fryer?
I think I was like maybe 15 when that happened. I was
my gosh.
dying laughing the whole time. I was like, wow, that was fantastic.
What I think's hilarious about that, though, is most guys would be like, especially 15-year-old guys, look at all the girls that shorts are shorter than their butt.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like, and I saw a couple cowboys.
Well, I overheard them. I was there with my girlfriend.
They're in their Wranglers.
Yep.
It was a tasty sight. They started talking about cheese on a stick, and I was like, damn, cracker.
You had to go there. That's mean. Yep.
I did have to go.
Yeah, that was mean.
Well,
it's okay, though. I'll get you back.
Oh, I know you will. Got time.
Plenty of time. Oh, man.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, plenty of time for that one. We're good. We're good. We just got started. We're like not even 10 minutes into this thing.
Yeah, that's perfect.
So we are doing a...
kind of a new format.
Kind of. I mean, it's the same format, but because you and I are much more talkative than Pat and I, we had to cut the news stories back.
Yeah.
Basically, part of the deal was, why don't you tell this? Part of the deal was with you being able to come on, there was like,
well,
you can do this, but.
Yeah, so my wife and I talked about it, and I wanted to come on, but I'm like, dude, my schedule's crazy. Thursday nights I'm busy from 7 to 10. I don't really get Sunday off because I'm really involved with church stuff. So I'm at church from like 6:30 till 1 on Sundays. And then I work, minimum 50 hours a week at my job. Right. So I'm already busy. And then 3 kids. My wife works full-time and part-time as a realtor. So we just do not have a lot of time. So, we were talking about it, and I'm like, I really want to help Drew. I love doing the podcast. It's a lot of fun. What can we do? How can we like figure this out so we can make this work? Because I really want to do it, and I know Drew needs the help, and I want to help him. And so we talked about it, and she's like, look, if you're gonna do it, you guys got to cut it back. Like, you can't come home at midnight on Wednesday night. You gotta go there, do the podcast. Maybe don't do a 2-hour podcast, and then drive home. It's a 30-minute drive,
right?
Usually. From here to my house, I'd be driving an hour and then an hour to hour 15 long podcast.
Well, let's put it in perspective. He would drive here for a half an hour.
Yep.
He'd be here a half an hour early.
Yep.
Because we got to do some prep work right before the podcast. It just has to happen. So that's an hour right there.
Yep.
2-hour podcast, and let's face it, we would
talk for an hour after.
And people are going to be like, there's no way you bozos continued to talk after you turned the microphones off. No, we did.
We did.
Oh, we talked about different things. There are things we don't talk about on the show that we come back and we're like, yeah, let's talk about it now.
Yeah.
And and so we talk for another hour. And so what is that? An hour and 2-hour podcast is 3 hours. And then we talk for another hour. There's 4 hours and a half an hour back. You're talking 4.5 hours. So it was 4 to 5 hours to do a single podcast, basically.
Yeah, and I think one night I got home around 1, so my wife was not happy with that. So
I remember that night.
We talked about it. She's like, try to get home, so we can actually, say goodnight to each other. And I was like, okay,
it's overrated.
Fair enough. So yeah, so we're doing a little shorter. Well, we're gonna try to go shorter. So far, we're failing at that.
I don't know. I mean, do we count the pre-show as part of the podcast?
No.
Because, for those of you, again, listening to the audio only, on YouTube, we do a pre-show where you get anywhere between 5 and 15 minutes of extra material.
Yeah. It's a good...
if you can call it material.
I think that the pre-show can be a lot of fun.
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like no holds bar. It's like, just do whatever you want.
Yeah.
I'm asking people on there right now what they think. Actually, yeah, I'm just, instead of texting this like an idiot, people on the YouTube channel, what do you guys think of the new look of the show on YouTube? people. Bueller. I know there's that delay in there. And it's like, ugh.
Yeah, you got to wait a second.
Because then you're like halfway into another topic. You're like, oh, they said this. That made no sense to anybody else. Perfect. Squirrel.
Yep.
Squirrel.
Did you see my Elmo post?
No.
So
is it St. Elmo's?
So I came out of the restroom to find this in the middle of my living room.
Okay, I saw that. I didn't read it or anything. I just scrolled and I saw that on the screen.
So this is Elmo. He's been stuffed inside of a plastic golf bag.
Naturally.
You know, so his head's just sticking out of the top. And so, yeah, I asked my daughter, what's this? And she's just like, oh, it's just Elmo. And I'm like, is he...
And you know it.
Is he in trouble? Is he...
Right, why?
So I'm like, Elmo the hostage just stuffed inside of a golf bag. My daughters do all kinds of weird stuff. I had the four Elmos in chairs all facing each other. I'm like, I think this is a harbinger of the apocalypse.
I think so.
I'm pretty sure. I was like, I'm not sure where that is in Revelation. Or
I don't think it's Meridian, Idaho, or Boise, Idaho.
No, probably not.
You're in Boise, though, right?
Yeah, I'm in Boise. Yeah, maybe. So there's all these weird Elmo things that happen in my house, like the four Elmos facing each other in chairs for no reason. I just came around the corner, and then there's four Elmos all in chairs, just staring at each other.
You know what? It was a staring contest.
It must have been.
And one was gonna laugh.
So then I find Elmo, like hostage Elmo, stuffed into a golf bag.
It could be a spider, though. I mean, so it could be worse, is what I'm trying to say.
That's true. My one daughter has a lot of issues with spiders lately. Did I tell you what
the ghost spider?
Yeah.
I saw that and I'm like, there's got to be a GIF on here. And I'm like scrolling through it. I'm like, there's nothing.
Yeah. So she
nothing
came out
for a ghost spider. Like each are scary enough on their own. We don't need to combine the two.
Combine them, yeah.
And give mass hysteria and heart attacks. Yeah. I think instead of the next Sharknado or Saw movie, we need like
Spider Ghost.
Curse of the Ghost Spider.
Yeah. She came out of the bathroom and she said, Daddy, there's a spider ghost at the potty.
I loved it. Who was it that commented, prove her wrong?
Prove her wrong, yeah.
I loved it. I was like, winner right there. Can't top it. Can't do it. He wins.
That's my friend Andrew, Andrew Steele, who I went to high school with.
And that was Andrew.
Yeah, that was
Cheers,
funny.
brother.
That was funny.
Cheers. That's awesome. Prove her wrong.
Yep.
I'm bringing in my infrared lighting. We're going to go full EVP. Yeah, let's do this. Dear Spider Ghost, if you're there, make a sound.
Make a sound, yeah.
Let your presence known. So, I keep teasing about like adding a paranormal section to the podcast. I might have to just like do a whole other podcast of paranormal stuff. And Amber and I were doing one thing, and we had this day where we both were like, our ears are just hurting. It's like, and we can tell there's stuff around. And we're just like, it hurts. This sucks. You know, are they like yelling and screaming at us? And she had the bright idea of, let's just go into your studio because we're driving. Let's get back to the house and go into the studio and just push record. And I'm like, that's brilliant. And I did. I sent you some of those files, didn't I?
Yes.
Dude, in 4.5 minutes, we captured, I think it was 11 things that would be considered EVPs.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I mean, it ranged from no TV on, no interference whatsoever. Not only did I use these microphones here hooked into the system, I then also hooked up a DVR, a digital voice recorder, and just sat it right in the middle, and it got picked up on every single one of them.
Wow. Not
only that, you could tell when people were closer to my microphone versus her microphone. It was really, really weird. And you could tell it on this because this is in stereo.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
So, I mean, everything got like, it's no TV on, nothing else was going on. And I mean, it was creepy. It was really, really creepy. And I'm like, we should just do a paranormal thing for this. And then the spider ghost was like, yeah, that could be on there. We should totally have spider ghost.
Everything is a spider or a ghost right now. And she's always telling me she's scared. So I'm like, wow.
It's probably good that you didn't watch the movie then with her.
Yeah, probably good.
The Babadook.
Yeah, I was gonna watch it.
Which now Amber and Mila call me the Babadook. Drook.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah,
that one might stick.
Everyone gets a nickname or 30 around there.
Yeah,
I'm Drew Belize, and she's got a specific. Amber has specific voices Okay, so this is funny. So I was trying to get some new like stuff for the show here, sounds. Like, Amber, do a sexy voice. And she's like, I don't have one. I'm like, what? She's got everything else. And she's like, I've got everything but a sexy voice. I can't do that. And I'm like, okay. And but she's has a specific voice that she uses when she talks to her cat. And it is the most fun, playful voice that she has, in my opinion. And so she's like, I don't even know how I do it. I just do it when I'm talking about my chubby little guys. She calls her cat Chubby. And I was like, it's not his name, but that's his name. It's his nickname. And so I got her to the point where I trained her. Positive reinforcement to people, it works. I trained her to get that voice when she calls me Drew Belize, because that's what her main nickname for me is, Drew Belize. And so she starts using that same, oh, he's my chubby little guy voice. It's like, here's my little Drew Belize. Yes. Got it. Score 1 for the Drew.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's right. Girl going through psychology courses. I mean, she's, counselor and everything. And I'm like, I run a podcast. I'm going to run a test.
That's funny.
Do positive reinforcements really work?
My wife, when I try to get her to do stuff like that, she'll just give me dirty looks.
I got to be careful. Like, she is listening right now, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to pay for that.
No, she's she commented, I love it.
Well, that was about the look of the new look of the show.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
But we'll go with it.
Yeah, we can apply it to that comment.
Apparently, I love it also is the kitty voice that she which I will say. So have you ever looked at people and just gone like, okay, you are so and so from this show?
Yeah.
Okay. So we had put on that 70s show just to watch, and the kids were there and they got hooked. They love that 70s show. That is Gabby's favorite show right now.
There's some suggestive stuff in that show.
There is, but she loves the show. And I'm like, eh. And
how old is she now? I forget.
10. She just turned 10.
She's
pushing it, but whatever.
That's all right.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll just keep an eye on it. But
she goes, OMG, Drew.
I know. I know.
You're in trouble.
Yeah, I know. But Amber is if you merged Kitty with Hot Donna, you've got Amber.
Nice. That's funny.
I mean, because you get the nervous like.
Yeah.
I mean, but then just like, damn it, Eric. And, punching whatever. It's like, yeah, it is totally. It is the blending of like, I am tough. I'm tough, and I got attitude, and I'm smart. And she is. She's super smart, and she is tough. But then every now and then she hits a moment where she just turns into Kitty's like, I need a drink.
That show is amazing. I actually haven't seen it in years.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah, Red is the best.
Red is the best. I totally am Red. However, your wife had posted like, oh, let's go watch Daddy's Home too.
Yeah.
Have you seen the first one?
Yeah.
Okay. And
I thought it was okay.
Mila made me watch it, and I thought it was pretty good. I'm not a huge Will Ferrell fan, though.
I'm not either.
And
I like Elf. That's probably his best work.
I completely agree with that. And I'm watching this, and they're like, Drew, you're Will Ferrell. And I'm like, And the more I watch it, and the more I watch it, and the more I have to watch it, the more I realize I'm Will Ferrell in that show. I'm not Mark Wahlberg. I am Will Ferrell. She says, Drew, you are going to pay for that. I'm not Kitty. I don't know what's funnier about that one. Okay.
That's funny.
But I'm Will Ferrell. I'm not Mark Wahlberg in that. I'm Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell is...
But you know what's positive about that? I like to move my body.
Yeah. My buddy got me to watch that, and I thought it was funny. But, I don't know. It wasn't amazing or anything. Like, I thought he was...
It wasn't as bad as Step Brothers or Talladega Nights.
No, those were pretty bad. But there's some funny moments in Step Brothers.
There is, and in Talladega Nights. But
yeah,
his humor is all... It's like you get a moment here and a moment there, but the wait between them is just... It's too long.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't know. I also like Anchorman, though.
Oh, my gosh, yes, okay. I never did see the second one, but the first one was really good.
The second one was just Anchorman again, basically the same movie over again. There's not very much different.
Milk was not a good choice.
Yeah.
Baxter!
Well, that escalated quickly.
It's true.
I love that. Brick, you killed a guy. He's like,
I know.
yeah, I stabbed a guy in the heart.
I love
You should lay low for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that movie's really good.
I loved it. Well, hey, why don't we we've been going for a while.
Yeah.
Get some news stories going here.
Sure.
Here comes the stupid. News starts now.
All right, so we're calling this first story "A Signed Tweet Beats Wells Fargo." I found this,
Which it does.
It does. This is so funny. I couldn't stop laughing when I saw this on my buddy's Facebook feed. There, he shared this article, and I was just dying. So it says the title of the article is actually "After Bank Denies Girl's Card with Terry Crews on it. She contacts him personally for permission. Here's how he responds."
Now, I'm sorry. Whoever wrote this totally missed out.
Yeah.
This headline should have read, "After bank denies girl's card with Terry Crews on it, she cruises to Twitter
Yeah, good
for
point.
a direct response."
That's a way better headline.
Much better headline. I mean,
Yeah.
come on. You totally missed this. The guy's name is Crews,
Yeah.
and you can't play it.
Yeah.
You don't even have to rhyme it. I mean, it's there.
Yeah, so I'm going to skip the first half of this article because it kind of gets into some stuff that's totally unrelated.
It is. But the tweets are awesome.
The tweets are amazing. So Terry Crews, if you know who he is, he's the guy from the Old Spice commercials. The really ripped guy. And
That guy.
He also plays the dad on Everybody Hates Chris, which I didn't watch every episode of that show, but I did like the show and I thought his character was hilarious.'s like a very uptight, stingy dad who doesn't like to spend money on anything. And so everyone who's ever seen that show just laughs at him because he's always like, no, gotta save the money, like can't spend any money on stuff. And so this lady created her own personalized credit card through Wells Fargo with Terry Crews' picture on it. It's like this angry face, like don't spend money on her on her debit card. And so she posts on Twitter ordering a new debit card, and she posts the picture of it, and it's Terry Crews' face in the background, just angry face, like don't spend your money.
Spend your money. And
then she goes, Wells Fargo immediately said you can't just put somebody's face on here without their permission.
Right.
You're not going to do that. So Wells Fargo comes back and says, nope, we're rejecting this. You need to get his approval. So she sends
in writing.
Yeah. So she sends a tweet to him and says, they rejected my request because they said I needed written approval from Terry Crews. And she tags him at Terry Crews. Can you RT or tag him so a girl can save some money? Right. And then he signs back on Twitter and says, I approve, signed Terry Crews. And then as it turns out, he tweets a picture of his wallet, and it's the same
stinking picture.
It's the same picture of his face in his wallet. And he says, I do this in my wallet so I don't spend money on things I don't need.
Yep.
Lol. So,
I like how I think it's funny that you say lol.
Why?
It's a total gamer thing.
Is it?
I guess.
Okay.
Maybe we're just too white.
Lol. Sometimes I say lol.
LOL?
LAWL.
It just says LOL, though.
I know.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying, sometimes I say lol. Lol. Yeah.
I like LOIL. Lots of internal laughter.
Nice. I've never heard that one before. That's good. So then she tweets back and says, on the phone with Wells Fargo now, let's see what their next move is. Terry Crews gives
thumbs up.
Yeah, back to her. So then update, they've expedited the case and are sending it to Wells Fargo HQ to get it approved. Should have it in my hands in the next 2 weeks.
That is so awesome. Thank you, Twitter.
Yeah, pretty fantastic, actually. If you haven't seen that show.
Which I have not.
Oh, man. Terry Crews is great. He's hilarious.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, because if you read the front end of this thing, and I got to be careful because it's one of those that the big hype thing in Hollywood right now is the sexual scandals, the sexual assault scandals. And it's like, that's not news. Everyone knows that's been going on, forever. That has always been going on. And that's not really news. And everybody continues to watch Hollywood anyway. And they, whatever. Anyway.
Yeah.
But it's talking about how this football player, Terry Crews, is pretty much everyone's hero just a month after bravely admitting that he was sexually assaulted by a Hollywood executive.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, half of me was like, yeah, real brave. And then the other half of me stops and goes, no, actually it is, because guys get more ridicule on, I'm not going to say more than women, but it seems like, at least from a guy's perspective, and I know I'm going to get backlash on this, but girls anymore, it is so common. The thought process of girls getting sexually assaulted is so widely accepted that you don't really get ridiculed. You get more ridiculed for not being brave enough to come out and talk about it than you do for coming out and talking about it. Guys, on the other hand, you got sexually assaulted and you complained. Someone made an advance and you complained. What kind of a sick freak are you? What's wrong with you? You don't want that. Rah, rah, rah. So, I mean, for that, it kind of is one of those, I don't like the term brave, but it can be brave to be able to come out and talk about it, because, I mean, it really is. Sexual assault is a bad thing, and it really is. It takes a brave person to come out and talk about it. And it was one of those, I was like, as I was reading them, like, this big, buff, burly football player, now turned actor, they're calling him brave because he said that happened. And I'm like, but then I'm like, but really, actually, it is, because most of the time, people would expect you punched the guy and walked away and that was the end of it. But if he just, because in Hollywood, if you talk about it, you're done.
Yeah.
The thing is if it comes out, if you tell the wrong person and it starts to come out, your time in Hollywood is over. Your career is over. And so, I mean, brave is, I don't know. But I don't know what other, I want to say, I don't know. I don't think a brave is necessarily the right term for that case.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't know what other term to use. This is another example of why the English language is a terrible language.
Well, the thing I liked about it was, like, with him coming out about that,
yeah.
The thing I actually liked about that was that he said straight up who did it, which I don't like.
Usually
very generalized accusations when they're like, this happened, but then they don't say who.
Right.
Then it's like, and they don't say, they're trying to, it's like, why are you trying to protect them? If that's true, then just say that it happened. And then,
because they're trying to protect their own career.
Yeah. And that's true. They're trying to protect their own career.
Yep.
So I don't know. So in this case, I read a little bit about it because I saw this. I was like, did that really happen? And I looked into it, and like the person who did it was a guy. And so he came out, and I think that is kind of brave, because there's kind of like a stigma on that whole thing. Like, it's like, oh, well,
there is,
he's like this big buff dude. They're like, what? Like, you let some guy like try to sexually assault you? It's like,
and
like
you didn't just walk away. You couldn't just get away from it. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it really is a big thing.
Yeah.
And I mean, even Amber's coming in saying, I agree. It is brave for anyone to come out and say that something like that is just, it's seriously damaging for either a man or a woman.
Yeah.
And it is a very damaging situation. It's just, it sucks that we have to deal with that is the reality and the norm of the day.
Yeah.
But unfortunately it is.
Well, we're seeing a lot of like, I mean, that's just a mess. I try not to follow the Hollywood stuff.
Oh, man.
I mean, it's just so much. So I'm not like, I don't know who's been saying what or any of that stuff. I
don't either.
But I know that, everybody has kind of known for a long time. There's always been that, like, favors for roles and things like that have been talked about, and that's really unfortunate stuff. And so it's,
it is.
Hollywood's a mess in general, though.
Hollywood is a mess, and it is a really brave thing, because it is. He put his entire career in jeopardy. Not only put his career in jeopardy, he put his masculinity in jeopardy with that, because to be able to say, look, it happened, and but it wasn't just like, I beat the guy and walked away and whatever.
Yeah.
Just saying, look, man, it happened.
Well, and if you saw that guy in his prime, you know he could have beat anybody down.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He was a
Absolutely.
beast.
So I mean, my point on this is I wasn't trying to say that it wasn't brave.
Yeah.
I just don't. I think there's a better word, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's a
English
hard
language
one.
is my first language. It's my only language, but it's not. I'm not good at it.
Yeah.
I'm not good at it. So
Yeah. Interesting though.
it is. All right. Well, hey, why don't we move on to something else?
Sure.
Drew, shut up and let me watch the movie.
Oh, it glitched. Let's hear it.
Drew, shut up and let me watch the movie.
I love that.
Yeah. Shut up, Drew.
Yeah, shut up.
Drew, shut up and let me watch the movie.
I swear that kid should say that like every day. That is Mila. That is my little native Asian. And she's
That's so wrong.
well. I was trying to get Amber. I mean, I was talking. Was that in the pre-show or was that during the actual show? I don't remember. It all blurs at this point.
Yeah.
You know, I'll do the sexy voice. I can't do a sexy voice. I don't have a sexy voice. And I'm like, nah. She's like, get Mila to do something. And I'm like, I'm not having the 10-year-old
Yeah.
try to do a sexy. And she's like, that's not what I meant. I'm like, I know, but I was like, just say, Drew, shut up and let me watch the movie.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but like you mean it. And this is what.
Drew, shut up and let me watch the movie.
That's
I
perfect.
was like, that is so, yeah, that's the one. We're using it.
I love it.
And because it's like, we need a new one there. And yeah, and it's perfect. This week on movie review, we did The Babadook,
Yep.
which you didn't get to watch.
Nope. I failed you. Sorry.
Well, I mean, granted, I don't think, I mean, I sent you the link to the stuff, but I don't think I actually told you that's what the movie was until like, what, yesterday?
Yeah. And I was kind of busy yesterday because Alicia had to go clean that house
Yeah.
in Caldwell.
Yeah, so I mean, it's not like it's your fault completely.
No, but I'll try to do a better job of actually watching it.
Well,
in the future.
now you have a week because you know what the next one is. It's on the list.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this week we had The Babadook, which technically was the movie for, I think, the week before.
Yeah.
So I had 2 weeks to watch this. It sounded angry.
Sorry.
It's not angry. It's just Drew trying not to cough into the microphone. Ma,
Nah.
I farted right in the sand.
Oh my gosh. We're gonna keep talking about that.
I
too.
know.
So bad.
It's so bad. It's not, it could be worse things. But anyway, so we watched The Babadook. Watched this with Amber, actually, which was nice. And then Gabby and Mila joined us. 2 10-year-olds. Wasn't sure exactly how that was going to go. CPS, please know we censor this around our kids. It's okay. And it's really not that scary. We were going over what it is, and Amber's like, oh, that sounds like the kukui. And I'm like, the chimichanga, what? The kukui. Chichuri? And she's like, kukui. Don't be stupid. And I'm like, you got it. All right. Kukui. And, El Chupacabra? She's like, shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up. And I'm like, okay. And she's like, because I was telling her what this thing is. It's this creature, but it comes as this book, and it comes and it knocks. It's always got this knock. And then you hear this ba, ba, duk, duk, duk. And you don't ever want to let it in. And then she's like, well, it sounds like the kukui, which is essentially the Mexican boogeyman. And I'm like, oh, okay, I suppose. I don't know anything about it, so whatever.
Does he
It could
wear a
be.
sombrero and stuff?
He does wear a hat and stuff. But no, I mean, sombrero just means hat, but not like your,
Yeah.
no. And she's like, it sounds like that. And I'm like, okay. She's like, yeah, we shouldn't let the kids watch this. And we start watching, and she goes, this is nothing like the kukui. And I'm like, okay, well, perfect, good. Because it's Australian.
It's Australian?
It's an Australian film. And it's interesting. The movie, this is the second time I watched it. And I agreed the second time with what I thought the first time. Incredibly well done up until the last 5 minutes. And the ending of the movie, where there would normally be this huge climax, fell completely short. Totally feels like they either ran out of budget, the writers couldn't figure out what they wanted to do, something and everything all at the same time. And all of a sudden, I don't want to give spoilers away just in case people, well, screw it. People knew what was coming. I mean, if you don't want to listen to this, skip ahead by 3 or 4 minutes and call it a day. This creature, the whole thing is don't let this creature in. Well, you assume that it's don't let it into the house. No, it's don't let it into you. It becomes like a demon, and it comes in and it infests you, and it changes you from the inside and possesses you. And it told her in the book, because she tried to get rid of the book. She ripped the book up and threw it out. It was one of those stories, right? And the book got put back together and came back, and all of a sudden the pages that were blank at the back of the book now are filled in. And it talks about how, no, I'm going to come in, and when I get in, I'm going to change you from the inside out. And it shows pictures of what it's going to do using her and how it's going to break the dog's neck and how it's going to kill the kid. And then after yours using the knife, it's going to kill her. So it was done. Looks like she just went crazy. And Amber's going, bad, drook. And,
Nice.
So it gets inside of her and she starts changing, and it just looks like she's going nuts. Like she's possessed and going nuts. And she does end up killing the dog. And then all of a sudden, while she's getting ready to kill the kid for the thing, she like lets out and just like screams like, no. And it comes out of her, and it comes and is trying to like reattack her. She's like, no. And standing there protecting her kid. Go away. No. You're nothing. And then randomly out of the middle of nowhere, thing grows up huge. And she's like, no. And it just shrinks back down. And it goes down out the room, down the hall, down the stairs, into the basement. And she goes down there and confronts it in the basement, and nothing happens. Nothing happens. You have no explanation as to what scared the thing, why it shrank down, why it went away, why it went into the basement, other than one random comment earlier in the film where the kid goes, you can't get rid of the Babadook. Once it's there, you cannot get rid of it. And so that's the only thing you're like, oh, she can't get rid of this thing, so they've got to maintain it or something. Or they've got to kill it. And it pops off to like a week later, and the mom and the kid are outside, and they're happy, and everything's going well, and they're picking up, and they get a bowl of worms. And she takes the bowl of worms down into the basement to feed the thing. And it comes up and it's like, rah, rah, and she's like, ah, like falling away, like, ah. And then she gets her composure and she stands up and it's okay. Shh, it's just me. It's okay. And then the camera just pans to where you just see this dark corner, and all of a sudden the bowl just whoosh, slides across the floor back in the dark corner. You hear like munching sounds. No explanation. No idea what happened, why the creature was afraid of her, why the creature now just resides in their basement, other than you can't get rid of it. It never finished, and so it just stays there. Nothing.
That's weird.
That's the ending of the movie. So you get this horror film, and this mom starts going psychopath. The kid is obviously schizo. And I mean, it's like scared of monsters all the time. Everything's going else. Perfect setup for this massive horror movie. And the end falls short by a mile.
That's not good.
The whole movie is great up until the ending.
What's its rating on Netflix? Is it low?
I don't know, because I do it on the Xbox. I do it on Xbox One, and which, by the way, they just launched the new Xbox One, the Xbox One X, I believe is what it is.
Yeah,
which is just like the upgraded version of the Xbox One. But they don't show the stars, and they took that off. Oddly enough, I noticed that those stars went away right after the big scandal on Amy Schumer's debacle of her stand-up comedy that everyone, like the reviews were so many 1-star reviews saying it's so raunchy I couldn't even make it past the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So many 1-star reviews. And they paid so, because it was a Netflix special, that they took the star ratings off of there. You can get to them on the computer. You can get to them. So maybe look it up on this. Get to Netflix. You have Netflix, right?
Yeah, I do.
I can say otherwise I can get you the information, but log on that because this computer is running.
Actually, I think I have it on here.
This computer is running all of the audio software, all of the video software, so I don't need to stress it anymore.
No, yeah, it's a lot.
But check it out. It was, like I said, it's a great movie, and I think it would have been left better as a cliffhanger, if anything. I mean, seriously, that ending was just atrocious. It was a train wreck. It was a train wreck. So...
I'm looking for that.
Anyway, next week we are going to do 1922, which is also on Netflix, and I believe also a Netflix original, which was a great movie or a great thing. I don't know. Netflix original stuff is coming out with really good stuff. Netflix is coming out with good stuff. Amazon Prime is finally starting to come out with some good stuff too. What's the thing with Amazon? When Amazon Prime, the video instant view stuff first came out, I was excited because I've always been a Prime member ever since it basically came out. And, but they always just had crap stuff on there. And so I didn't look at it for like a year and a half. And we got back onto it about 6 or 8 months ago. And all of a sudden we're like, hey, there's actually some decent stuff on here. You really got to dig through it, but there's some decent stuff on it. So, but yeah, we're going to do 1922. Should be interesting. It is a Stephen King thing. So,
oh, yeah.
It'll be fun.
That's right. I can't remember my password. I'd have to ask Alicia. So I can't remember it. I'm really bad about passwords.
You know what? I have it on my phone. Let me look here really fast.
Check it out.
Hang on, people. Let's do this. Let's see what star rating this is. I'm going to do some swiping here. I don't know if they show it on the phones either, though. Do they?
What's that? The
star ratings?
I don't know if they do either. I thought I had the app on here, but I don't.
I do. I got it. Let's see here. We almost should have been like prepared for this.
1922 is a mystery crime film.
Yeah. It looks really good.
And it has Molly Parker,
the Babadook.
Thomas Jane.
Let's see here. I can download it if I want. It doesn't look like I can get like the star ratings or anything on it. 2014, not rated, an hour and 33 minutes, HD. Sam's frequent tantrums turn sinister when a creepy children's book mysteriously appears in his room. And he asks his mother, do you want to die? Do you want to die?
That was a great impression.
My angel. Amber had never heard that song. And
No
so
way.
I played it for her and she's like, what the crap? You liked this? And I'm like, it's an awesome song. It's bloody horrible.
Yeah.
It's about a serial killer.
Yeah.
But it's a fantastic, I mean, the way they put it together, it's great.
Yeah.
But she's like, you liked this? And I'm like, oh, I was totally into the grunge era. Yes, absolutely. No, it doesn't tell me anything about the star ratings or anything on here. So I think a lot of that, because you can get it on the website. In fact, just go to Netflix.com. It's probably logged in on here already because the kids use it.
Oh.
But no, I can't. Most of the mobile stuff and all the extra stuff, it's like it's gone away to where it doesn't even show that anymore. So, yeah,
I didn't know that about the Schumer thing. It doesn't surprise me though.
Oh my gosh, dude! Yeah, the ratings were so bad because it was just it's so dirty, and I mean the comments were all she wants to talk about is how bad her downstairs stinks and how she had guys gagging because it stinks so bad. And I had one friend. Seriously, I had one friend who was commenting saying, I really liked it. It was hilarious. It met me right where I'm at. And I'm like, you know what? That's good. If it's touching somebody likes it, then it did what, she meant for it to do. But man, the negative criticism on it was absolutely horrendous. It was so bad. And she claimed that it was all spammers. It was like religious spammers that just came on there and they don't like me. And so they just threw it out there. I'm like, no.
I think this is locked up to be kids only. Oh, here we go. Exit kids.
Yeah, you can do the different ones.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, I couldn't figure it out.
You got to be smarter than a fifth grader.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I'm
like, smarter than a fifth. Of course, now fifth graders are doing what we did in high school.
Yeah.
Gabby's, of course, my kids are in a charter school, but Gabby's in the fourth grade. I want to say fourth grade. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yep, she's in fourth. Gabby's in the fourth grade, and she's doing algebra already. Seriously, she's working on algebra problems in the fourth grade.
I don't think I was.
Seriously?
I think I was doing it maybe that in like sixth grade, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. It was like junior high. You started it, and we still had people in high school that couldn't figure it out. Does it show a star rating?
Yeah, I found it.
What does it say?
I had to click on details.
Okay.
So member reviews.
Yeah.
It gets 4 stars.
Oh, baby, yeah.
So yeah.
Out of 5?
Yeah, 4 out of 5.
That's not bad. I mean, like I said, the movie is really, really good, except for that.
Yeah, I wish it would show me an overall.
Unlike the movie that we saw before, which was very possible. It's seriously one of the worst movies ever made. Like it seemed like it was on purpose. It had to be. It was so bad. It was so bad. But anyway, yeah. So 1922 is going to be next week. It's going to be a lot of fun. Amber just commented saying she did watch the Babadook and it was nasty.
Really?
It just scared her at times.
Really?
Yeah. Well, she gets scared.
I don't like horror films. Really. I mean, I'll watch them.
Horror. But you don't like them.
No, I'm just not a fan. I mean, like, okay, so I think the last one I saw in theaters was The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
Oh my gosh. That is seriously like one of the scariest horror movies. That is especially, it's not hack and slash. It is demonic style horror film. It is seriously one of the most accurate representations and scariest things that I've seen, period.
Yeah, and yeah, so I saw that in theaters. That's pretty much it. I mean, I just don't.
Amber's saying the Amy thing. She saw the Amy Schumer thing and said it was nasty. Okay, that says a lot.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's not good. Well, yeah.
But anyway, you saw Exorcism of Emily Rose, which they have a sequel out for that now.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
I didn't either.
So I'm just not a fan of horror in general. But, you know, I have like, I don't know.
This is mainly like jump scares. There's a couple jump scares.
Really?
That's about it.
I've just never been a fan of that style movie.
Yeah.
My wife likes them, but she will only watch them if she has someone to cuddle with and watch. And since I don't like watching them,
but it's worth the
we
cuddles.
don't watch them.
It's worth the cuddles. Those are the best cuddles too, because then they get scared and they squeeze, and you're like, "Oh, I feel good." Right?
I guess.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I'm just not a fan.
Next week on Classless Chat, we're gonna have some man training. Not mansplaining, but man training. Brought to you by
I don't need any training.
Your local lumberjack, Drew. I am participating in the No Shave November, by the way. I don't know if you can notice. It doesn't really show. It shows that it's nice and full on the video, but I don't think you can tell that it's like getting shaggy.
Well, I had the goatee before November started, and this is literally how slow my beard grows in.
Oh, wow.
And it's not thick at all.
Now, I don't participate fully. Like, if I get a big meeting or something, I'll trim down here. But the beard that's already there, I'm just letting that grow. I'm not trimming that.
Yeah.
And Amber was like, I'm going to join. I'm like, okay.
My buddy posted a No Shave November, so throw out your razors, ladies. And it was like a lady with like really long leg hairs.
Oh.
It was pretty funny. I laughed. Yeah. So I'll probably do No Shave November. I do it every year, but you know, if I do have a meeting or something, I will have to.
You have to, yeah.
Yeah, I can't go to like a.
No, your boss, the owner of the company would not be down with that.
No, last year I had to go to a big meeting with all these crazy big wigs from Seattle. And so I had to fully shave for that one. And I was like, dang. And that was like around like middle of the month. So I was like,
it's done.
Yep.
It's gone.
Yep.
All right. Well, hey, we got another news story. Why don't we do this other news story? We're keeping on par, though. I think we're actually going to be finishing this like on time-ish.
Good.
To where we shouldn't be in too much trouble.
Yeah.
And I'm impressed. We've actually got people watching, kind of. I don't know. Maybe.
How many people?
3.
One of them's me, one of them's Amber, one of them's you?
Yeah.
Okay, so...
We're doing this. We had 4 at one point. We get a lot of watchers on this. It's really funny, though, because I watch the numbers grow afterwards.
Yeah.
And it's like we get people who are in for a little bit, and you know, long podcasts, people just kind of come in and they watch a little bit, and then they do a little bit, and they do a little bit. And, you know, sometimes people don't have a chance to just listen the whole way through. And honestly, the audio seems to do a little bit better anyway. So, but still, it's fun to do the live.
Yeah, I like it.
So... this one we are calling, what did I say? Oh, yes. Things you've eaten but would normally make you vomit. That would
this is so
normally
bad.
make you vomit. 9 things we've been eating without even knowing, and one comes from a beaver's backside. It's true. I've actually known about the beaver's backside one for quite a while. I'm going to start at the bottom of the screen because it rates from number 1 most disgusting down to probably like the number 9. And so I'm going to go down all the way to number 9 and go back up. Because the number 1 is the worst.
Mine won't load, so I'm not even going to be able to track with you.
Yep. Sucka.
Oh,
Number 9, artificial caramel coloring. That's not surprising at all.
Yeah.
Made with a tasty concoction of chemicals, artificial caramel, otherwise known as E510, is anything from meats to muffins, a rich brown color. Unfortunately, the side effects may include intestinal problems, and in the USA, the coloring has been banned from cola drinks as it may form carcinogens.
Oh, nice.
There you go. Alex Can from the Community Channel, which is in UK. This is from the Mirror, so it's a UK publication. said, quote, most of us know we could improve our diets. And while we don't have the time, while we don't all have time to grow our own vegetables or splash out on expensive supermarket organic ranges, we should at least be able to name the foods we're eating. Yeah. That's probably a good point.
Yeah.
All right. Number 8, flame retardant. I want to know that the government is making sure I don't internally combust. Or what is that called? Like the just spontaneously combust. Yeah. I don't want to spontaneously combust. And so having a little flame retardant, that's just insurance.
I wouldn't drink that stuff anyways. I don't know how people drink Mountain Dew energy.
Yeah, let's get some sugar with some sugar. Hey, sugar, you got some sugar? Sugar?
It's like, dude, I can't even take a sip of that stuff.
No. Used in citrus-flavored soft drinks to stop the flavoring from separating and floating to the top. BVO, or brominated vegetable oil, is also used as a flame retardant in some plastics and furnitures. Drink too much of this chemical and it can lead to a syndrome known as bromism, which causes seizures.
Oh, nice.
In 2014, Coca-Cola and Pepsi were among those who said they would remove BVO from their drinks after a teenager started a Change.org petition against the additive. This next one, again, stuff that we all have known forever. Wax, which I guess some people who are younger don't realize it. But crap, candies from when we were a kid were literally surrounded from wax, and our parents were just like, yeah, you bite the top off and suck the stuff out, and you just chew on the thing and whatever.
Yeah.
And one of those is actually in here, and so it's like, I remember this stuff.
Yeah, I actually remember those.
Carnibou wax, I'm probably saying that wrong, but I don't care, is used to give a nice bright shine to your car and your sweets. Made from the wax of palm tree found in Brazil, it is used to keep many products shiny and bright, including glazed donuts, gummy sweets, and shoe polish.
Lovely.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
That's what I want.
Yeah, why not? What's the next one? TBHQ. Why not? TBHQ is a preservative for our favorite high-fat treats, but is usually found at the petrol pump, which is your gas station, people.
Lovely.
Banned in some countries, but not in the UK. If you have a relatively high-fat diet, it's likely that you're exceeding the recommended safe dose of the daily allowance.
So if it's American, it's probably not probably. It's more like definitely.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Look out for the listing as E319. Also, E319. So Elmer 319. Also used in the production of biodiesel and varnish.
Lovely.
And they show a picture of the Reese's Nut Bar. That makes me feel good. What it's found in: crackers, noodles, fast and frozen foods. It's also allowed to be used in the highest concentrations in frozen fish products.
Frozen fish.
I'm definitely not going to be able to do this emceeing event on Saturday.
I don't think so.
I can't make it for like a half a sentence without needing to cough. Oh, excuse me. Hello, ladies. Yes, this is my real voice.
That definitely says wood.
It would, wouldn't it?
Yep, it would.
All right. Wood. Cellulose, which we often see referred to as dietary fiber. Hello. Can be obtained from wood pulp and cotton.
Lovely.
Mm-hmm. It helps manufacturers to pad out foods like packaged bread to reduce fat content. Next time you buy those tortilla wrap burritos at night, or next time you buy those tortilla wraps for burrito night, have a look at the ingredients list. So you may be eating cotton or wood.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. All right, here's a fun one. Beetles. Cochineal is a food coloring made by boiling or drying cochineal beetles and then crushing them to release the color. Beetles are harvested by hand from cactus pads. Lots of you have probably heard of red food dye made using beetles, but did you know that it can also be hidden in your food as carmine, E120, and natural red 4 on ingredients lists?
I love that it has a picture of Battenberg cake.
Yeah.
We talked about Battenberg
We
cake
did.
on this podcast.
I had no
Such
idea
a
what
weird,
you were talking about.
It's
but
such
yes.
a weird thing to talk about on an American podcast. But anyways. Yeah.
That's how we roll.
Yep.
We're worldwide.
I need to try Battenberg cake.
Friends in the UK, Jason Bear, why don't you send us a package of Battenberg cake? That'd be cool.
Please. We'll do a sampling on the show.
And we'll love you long time. If it's gluten free, especially. Otherwise, Anthony will be doing.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't want to have an EMT on standby just so I can try a cake.
It reminds me of every time I hear anything about Battenberg or marzipan, it reminds me of Rod Gilbert.
Really?
Rod Gilbert's Man with a Flaming Battenberg tattoo.
Okay.
He has a flaming Battenberg cake. It's a piece of Battenberg cake on a cushion on fire as a tattoo.
That's a killer tattoo.
It is.
I'd do it.
Amazing.
I'd have it.
It's fantastic.
Probably not.
It's the most pointless tattoo ever.
I probably would not have it, but it's cool to say I'd do that. I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I'd joke about it, but I wouldn't do it.
I love Rod Gilbert. He's hilarious.
All right, number 3. This one's bad. What is that?
No.
What does that say?
Oh, that says antifreeze.
That does say antifreeze.
Sweet.
Yeah. Used to stop fat clumping together
Oh, lovely.
in your trusty ready
I
cake
wonder
mixes.
what type. Does it say if it's glycol or
Yep. Propylene
propylene glycol?
glycol.
That's actually safe to consume.
It
in
is.
very small amounts.
It is in very, very small
And,
amounts.
and the reason why I know that is because I do fire sprinkler systems,
Yep.
and we use propylene glycol.
Yep.
Because it's connected to a domestic water supply.
Yeah. And I mean, it is in very, very small amounts. But this is one of those things that's like, if you didn't know about it.
Yeah, it's
know?
still not good.
No.
I mean, you're still drinking a chemical that you're not supposed to be drinking.
Yep. And it is the key ingredient found in antifreeze. And don't be tempted to let your dog lick the bowl either.
You want to hear something really cool?
What's that?
Antifreeze is flammable,
That I did not know.
and we use it in fire sprinkler systems.
To burn them?
No,
Oh.
to protect it from freezing.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, it is.
What a flammable substance.
Yeah, it's actually going. So, side note, I'm in the fire protection industry, and I do fire sprinklers.
Right.
About I don't know how many years back there was a fire. They mixed the antifreeze wrong, burned the building down,
Oh, no way.
and so right now, all of the existing antifreeze systems have been grandfathered in until 2022, and after that date, they have to go away unless a company comes out with a non-flammable solution that meets all the requirements that UL has said it needs to meet for safe consumption if it gets leaked back into the water supply.
Wow.
So it has to meet all these rules and regulations. Everyone I've spoke to is like, no one's even close. So by 2022,
We might not have
we're talking
fire
about
sprinklers.
thousands and thousands of sprinkler systems that have been installed with antifreeze are going to have to get switched to dry. It's going to cost like millions of dollars.
Yeah, it is. Dang, dude.
Yeah, so it's crazy. It's a
All right.
big thing in the industry I'm in.
Oh, crazy.
Yep.
All right. Number 2. Hair.
Well, I think I knew that.
Yeah, I mean, me too. L-crystine is an amino acid, the building blocks of your hair. It's also used to extend the shelf life of many bread-based products, including your Friday night pizza.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, the real stomach churner is often obtained from hog hair, and duck feathers. But watch out next time your holiday in the U.S. There is often made from human hair.
What?
Ew.
That's gross.
Lucky for us, this practice is banned in the EU. Blah.
Well, not here though.
No, we're good.
It's all good as long as it makes money.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yay, capitalism.
Yay. All right, number 1. Beaver anal gland secretions. I just had to put it out there.
It's great.
I have known about this one for years, and I love telling people because they think I'm full of it, and it's like, nope, it's true. And yes, you heard that correctly. Beaver anal gland secretions. Castoreum is a tasty additive made from the secretions of glands near the anus of a beaver. They use it to mark their territory and attract a mate. We use it as a sweet vanilla, strawberry, or raspberry flavoring in drinks and sweets. And actually more than that, but still. You wouldn't know It's there as it's allowed to be listed as natural flavoring on ingredients list.
Technically is natural.
It is technically natural.
It brings a whole new meaning to angry beavers.
Yes. According to bestfoodsmart.com, beaver gland secretions can be found in alcoholic beverages, baked goods, frozen dairy products, chewing gum, sweets, meat products, pudding, gelatin, ice cream, vanilla flavoring, and raspberry flavored food.
That's disgusting.
So the next time you have an alcoholic root beer float, vanilla root beer, vanilla raspberry alcoholic root beer float.
That sounds not fun.
Think about all of the beaver anus you
That's disgusting.
just got to enjoy. All right. Well, hey, good news right now is we're up to the next part of the show, and we have something for the next part of the show, which is awesome. So here we go. Music review. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we have music review. It's been a couple weeks. I apologize about that. We do get a lot of emails, people, band members, all this fun stuff. All you cool cats out there, go ahead and send in your cool spinnings, discs, and stuff over to us. ClasslessChat@gmail.com. A link to the single. We don't have time to listen to the full things. We get tons of emails, and quite frankly, I get too busy here at the studio to go through everything. It does need to meet some basic requirements. We look for it to be basically radio ready. I told you, man, I can't even make it like 2 sentences.
It's brutal.
It's great. This is on cough drops too. But we do look for it to be basically radio ready, which means it needs to have a good solid mix. Guitars need to be in tuned. I went through 3 of them today.
Oh no.
2 of them, the instruments were not in tune. They weren't in time and they weren't in tune. And I'm like, no, they didn't even get emails back. Sorry, guys.
That's brutal.
I was like, I'm sorry. That's not even close. So your stuff does have to be basically radio ready. This one even has a couple little things in it, but you know what? It's actually really good. I enjoyed the song. So I was like, you know what? We're doing it because it's good and fun. But if you have a radio ready single, go ahead and send that to us. A link to it at ClasslessChat@gmail.com. Today's show, we have the song Run by Downspell.
Nobody can help me here. Ain't
right. I gotta find the new button. There it is. So yeah, that is Run by Downspell. What do you think?
Really good.
Yeah, I like.
Like I don't know how else to say it. That's like a band that's like right after my own heart. Everything I love about that whole genre. I mean, I can hear the influence in there.
Yep.
I mean, there's so much Tool and APC and Deftones
Yep.
in there that I'm hearing, and I mean that genre is one of my favorites.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Just amazing. Yeah, so very good. I liked it a lot.
Very well done. I have some, constructive thoughts, being more of an audio guy. I do mixing and mastering. I do all that stuff here. I really like it. There's a couple spots where your vocals are slightly pitchy. Fits with the style of music though. So it's not even a critical thing. That's just I noticed it and I was like, meh. Your gall, man. It was good enough for me to play. The only things that I heard that I really stood out to me that made it almost detracting, and which is the only reason why I would talk about it, is I want more kick. There's nowhere near enough kick or bass in that. I really am a low end guy, and so I really want some more, tape saturation on that to bring out and emphasize that low end. I want more kick. I want more bass. The snare was too up front. The snare and the ride, that ping on the ride was just too up front for me. So I would pull the snare and the ride back, bring the snare, the cymbals, the crashes, and the kick up just a hair, bring the bass up a hair, keep those level, because the level on those between those two was good. I just wanted more. And in my headphones, the vocals sit really well in the mix. On my studio monitors, in mono and in stereo, they don't. They're really quiet. It's hard to hear those. And that's in a mono cube. That's in my Yamaha HS80s. I mean, that's HS80Ms, excuse me. So, I mean, it's in everything. So I personally would move those up just a tiny bit more, maybe do a little bit more compression or something on them, just bring them up front just a hair. But really, I mean, that's the technical back end of it stuff, and it's really good.
Yeah, it's really
It's
solid.
really good.
I mean, harping on stuff. Yeah, I'd have to nitpick.
Right,
I mean,
and that's the thing is like I don't want to nitpick.
Well done.
Right, it's really well done, and that's the thing is like this is stylistic. It's like I want more bass because I like more bass, and the cymbals didn't seem to blend to me. It was like I could hear the ping on the ride beautifully, but then the crashes were like lost in the back end. But I mean, it still fit with the song.
Yeah,
the guitars were great. I know you had said maybe a touch less shredding or a
yeah.
different
No, I
style
mean,
on guitar,
I felt like when that guitar solo hit, I was waiting to hear like that Adam Jones style of lead, and it was not quite, but it's okay because they're not Tool.
No, and honestly, I liked this. I actually really liked the lead on this. I thought it was great.
It was good. Yeah, it was. I mean, I'm not saying I could do better. That's the thing.
Right.
It was really good.
It was really good.
I already liked the band on Facebook.
Right. I mean, it's the thing is like it fit the song really well. It fit the style of what they were doing really well. It fit them, and it's just one of those things like it works really well. And I like it. Like I said, it's one of those things I noticed. It sounds different between headphones and studio monitors, but man, it's a good mix. It's a good song.
Yeah.
I really like it.
Yeah, definitely.
So good job, guys. Everybody go out and check out and like Downspell. And this was their song, Run.
Did you get to listen to more of their stuff?
I haven't yet. They actually sent me the single and I was planning on it, but I listened earlier today. So.
I mean, this is like 90s Tool.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, that you can hear so much 90s Tool in there.
And I can't wait for the 90s to come back.
Yeah.
The 80s came back. The 70s came back. Come on, 90s.
Yeah. 90. It's good. I mean, seriously, I couldn't.
No, I can't knock it. I like it.
Yeah, it's good.
I like it.
I do believe it's time for another delectable tale. Won't you join us down on Storybook Corner?
So, Ant-Hony.
Yeah,
Ant-Hony.
you're coughing constantly. So I'm guessing I should probably read this one.
I was going to put that out there and be like, hey, Alicia just commented, I just got this to play on our TV. The big screen classless chat. That's right. I'm sorry. Do I look better on your TV than I do in my mirror? I hope so. I mean, HD might not do me well. Fuzzy glasses work for me.
Are we streaming this in 1080p?
Actually really close to it, but no. It is an HD format, but I don't think it's full 1080p.
Okay. What is anymore?
I've been right. It's not 4K, I can tell you that much. But I don't know exactly what it is, but it's some HD format that this thing puts out there, and I've been struggling trying to get it up to that full 1080p, but got to learn the software.
So this story here is really funny because the first line has a city that I've lived in.
Quincy, Massachusetts?
Yes.
Seriously?
Yes, I've lived there.
Thank you, Alicia. She says I'm looking good. She said I look better than you.
Thanks, wife.
She didn't really say that. I'm just throwing it there.
Oh. I was going to say, jeez. Jeez.
Hey,
so much hate.
I've got to at least look better than my potato head, which I love this now because they're like, we're behind the potatoes.
Yeah.
So like we can come up and be like, brain sucker on the potatoes. Like the claw. The claw. Yeah.
We got to
going the wrong way. The claw has chosen. Whoa.
We need to get Pat to switch my hat. It's so offensive.
Why is that offensive?
Because they win all the time.
That's true.
And everyone hates them.
See, the funny thing is no one's going to know that or think that but you. Yeah. Something tells me our demographic is not like footballaholics.
No, probably not.
I'm just throwing it out
I shouldn't have worn it so much. I wore it a lot because they had just won the Super Bowl.
You wore it like
so
every
I wore
time.
it like every time because I was like, heck yeah, that was an insane comeback, 28-3 down in the third, and that, I mean, the most historic comeback in Super Bowl history. The only NFL game, only Super Bowl game to go to overtime. Incredible game.
Oh my gosh.
Tom Brady just went off. And so I couldn't stop. I was like wearing my hat like constantly.
Right.
And so, but I actually wear these way more.
You do.
Way more.
So here's the deal. Before we get into the story here.
Yeah.
Okay, you know me.
Mm-hmm.
Am I a sports person?
No.
I am like the least sports person ever.
You are.
And we're flipping through Netflix tonight. Like, what are we going to watch with dinner? And we're trying to like find something for the kids to enjoy. And I'm like, 42. Let's watch 42. And they're like, Joe, we're not all sports people like you. We don't like. And I'm like, what? I'm like the least sports person ever. And for you guys to know less than me, that's really pathetic. And they're like, well, what is this? I'm like, it's Jackie Robinson. It's the story of Jackie Robinson. They're like, who is Jackie Robinson? We're not all sports people, Drew. Gosh.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, Becky. And I'm like, seriously?
How do you not know who Jackie Robinson is?
The first African-American to play in the major leagues?
Yeah.
What's the major leagues? And I'm like, shut up. We're changing this to something else. We ended up putting Men in Black on.
That would have just made me sad.
Well, yeah. Now, here's the thing. And I love this, and I'll do this because every now and then I'll still get a chance to go out to like networking groups, business networking groups, right?
Yeah.
And I love it when they're always like, because it's really uncomfortable. Like, everybody come up and write something on the board that is this like, oh, what does it mean to be you? Like, what are you looking for today? Or what signifies you? And everybody's writing all these really passionate, like 1 or 2 words of you. And it's like people are trying to put like this really passionate stuff up there. And I go up there, 42. And they start going down the list, and 42. Who wrote that? And I'm like, me. Why would you write 42? And I'm like, because there are 3 type of people in this room right now. Okay. Those who are thinking about Jackie Robinson.
Yep.
Those who will remember to take a towel.
Yep.
And those who have no idea what I just said.
Yep. Don't forget your towel.
Don't forget your towel.
Yep. Don't panic.
Nope. And the thing is, every single time I'll be like, Jackie Robinson, yeah. Don't forget to bring a towel. There's another smaller group. Yeah. Yep. And then those who don't have a clue, and they're all like at this silence because nobody else wants to make a noise.
Yeah.
And it's like 80% of the room is like, I don't know what you're talking about. But like the people who got the joke instantly, like afterwards, are coming over. I'm like, it works. It does what I want it to do.
That's awesome. So
right.
do I have to read this in a funny voice?
I mean, your voice is pretty funny.
It's funny on its own.
We'll put the pirate music behind you and just see what happens. just go with it.
All right.
Roll with it.
The sign of the beaver. Matt was a pioneer from Quincy.
Pause.
What?
I wonder if they make soda or ice cream.
Yeah. Oh gosh, this is relevant. Was that purposeful?
No.
Oh, that's great.
I didn't even notice what it was.
That's good.
Oh my gosh! All right, you can start over. Sorry.
Okay. The sign of the beaver. Matt was a pioneer from Quincy, Massachusetts. That's a place I've lived. And was traveling to the new territory, Maine. Matt and his father were traveling to this new strange land. Matt and his father were walking toward the piece of land. Matt suddenly stopped. Hey, what's up, Matt? Matt's father asked. Matt signaled to his father to keep quiet. Matt crouched behind some bushes. His father followed. Behind the bushes were Indians. Teepees were everywhere in sight. Indians, young and old, roamed the little village. Matt was so focused on this one teepee that he didn't realize an Indian boy about Matt's age, which was 12 years old, grabbed Matt. Matt, here, look here. Ladies and gents, I present an outsider. A crowd formed around the boy. What is your name? Matt gulped hard. So hard that he felt as if he swallowed a bundle of rope.
Okay.
What? Matt, well, Matt, we would all like to know what you're doing here. The boy replied. Matt yelped.
Yelps. Yep.
If you tell me what your name is, then I will answer you. The boy sighed. Yes, I added in sound effects.
That was a good sigh. Do you do those yourself?
Yes.
All right.
They call me Squanto. Well, I'm just walking to a piece of land my pa purchased. In that case, I will take you through the safest route to take. And that was where the journey begins.
Oh my gosh.
That's a good story.
It is. I don't think pirate music fit.
No, not really. It's okay, though.
It was fun.
We needed some, some Yankee Doodle. Yeah, that would be good. What was that? Lone Ranger music?
Yeah, I think that would be like infringement of some sort.
Probably. That was a good story.
It was a good story. Well written.
Yeah. I wonder why she chose Quincy, Massachusetts.
I do not know.
That's so weird.
It is really weird. It's very specific.
Mm-hmm. That's yeah, I lived there.
Maybe they knew.
Maybe.
I mean, it's a place where you lived. There's beaver involved.
I'm not quite sure what the story has to do with the title of the story, though.
I don't.
What? I was expecting that to go a way different direction.
Right?
That's some.
I did too.
That's some creative writing.
That is.
Yeah.
Like, you really got to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Nathan just says pirates need booty music. I'm not sure where to take that, Nathan.
Nathan who?
It's Nathan Sarver. It's actually a friend of mine.
Oh, okay.
It's like, but yeah, it's like I don't know if you know this about me, Nathan, but I like to move my body.
You do that so well.
I know. It's shoulder rolls, man. Can you salsa? Hey, baby. Here, hold on. Let's make it better. We can do this. We can make this better. Yeah. Gotta watch that on YouTube now. It's gonna go viral.
Anyone who didn't see what you were doing is going to think the weirdest stuff going on.
Go on YouTube. It is 1 hour and 42 minutes into the segment. 1 hour and 42.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. He says your body is a wonderland. Oh my gosh.
I love interaction.
It, like, it makes me think of like Candyland. Like I'm the creature.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's awesome. Awesome. Well, now we're getting interactions back. This is fun, but we got to stop. We're past time.
Yep.
But hey, I want to say thank you guys so much for listening today. If you're listening to the audio, thank you again for that. We love it. For our live listeners here on YouTube, thank you guys so much. It's been a blast. You're all fantastic. We love you long time.
Yes.
If you have the time and the opportunity, check us out. You can check us out on Facebook and on Twitter and follow us there at ClasslessChat. get the website, www.ClasslessChat.com. And if for some odd reason you feel like you have an extra $1 a month burning a hole through your pocket and you want to send it our way, that is patreon.com/ClasslessChat. You guys make it all possible. It actually does take a lot more work than people think it does.
It does. I hardly do anything.
It does take a lot of work.
It does take a lot.
And you know, we get a lot of material and supplies and stuff through this, so it's we do need to do some of that. But anyway, thank you guys so much. We love you guys. Have a great rest of the week.
Thanks for listening to Classless Chat with your hosts, Drew and Anthony. Listen again next time. You never know what these two are gonna say.